What is going on? We are back in black. We are doing what we need to do. Shout out to everybody out there. Happy New Year. New Year's Day. Amen. We done made it. 2023 was a motherfucker, wasn't it? It was the year of 7. Now we are in the year of 8. Did Jesus come back? Ah, well, we shall wait for his untimely return. Shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation doing what they need to do and getting that money. Shout out to my brothers, James Youngblood, my brother Dave for No Compromise, the homies, the homegirls, my extended family, Johnny from Philly in the building, stand up. The homegirl Erica from Florida in the building, stand up. Shout out to everybody out here in the Las Vegas Valley on New Year's Day. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to all my siblings, Tasha, Angie, everybody out there. Cuzzo, Mariah, everybody that's out there, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my homegirls that is in Arizona. My homegirl Latanya and Miss Tanya. Shout out to the homegirl of Jerica in Vegas. And my homegirl Melina, North Kakalaka. So shout out to them. Man, we about to get into it, man. No, this is not going to be your typical New Year's Day bullshit. We gonna talk about the New Year's code. Fuck all that. Happy New Year and all this. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. Shit. It'll be a Happy New Year for me when we get motherfucking reparations and motherfucker ain't gotta go deal with the system of racism and white supremacy for 8 hours a day all day. So that's what the fuck I'm on. I don't want to hear no shit. Happy New Year, nigga. Happy New Year, motherfucker. Some of us like, damn, man, why you ain't, nigga? We gotta still go work a fucking job. What the fuck you look like? I got 40 more years before I can retire type shit. You think I'm happy about that shit? That nigga was like, yeah, you ain't lying. So, but let's get into it, man. We're gonna talk about Russell Wilson and his coach. And we're gonna break down about anti-black racism and how we need to stay on code and stop letting the dominant society and every other racial group hype you up to go against your own brother and sister for their gain. And again, shout out to my brother Dave for No Compromise, my brother James Youngblood. David is definitely in the house. Georgia, Texas in the house. Those are my brothers. We're going to have to get a live going soon, brothers. Let's get it. Let's cut this shit down. It's finally getting cold out here, y'all, man. Can y'all believe that shit? Man, I know I ain't been on in a minute. I had some shit going on. Just had to handle some business. You know how that shit go. But I definitely wanted to talk about this because we're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna talk. Let's listen to Russell Wilson, what he got to say. And you're like, damn, why you talk about this on New Year's Day? Because this applies to foundational Black Americans and how we get treated. So let me see if we can pull this up.
During we beat the Chiefs, they came up to me.
There we go. Now, that coach went off on his ass and cussed his ass out, and they throwing his ass under the bus. Now he get to see how it is to be a nigga. See, sometimes we don't think we are foundational Black Americans and we are black when we get around the dominant society and they treat us good. And then we want everybody to feel sorry for us after they go out of their way to do some sucker shit to us. Then we want to be talking to, hey, big head, hey, man, what's happening, my brother, and all this other shit. See, you can't be on the island by yourself and then all of a sudden think you gonna come back and do that sucker shit. So let me cut this off and we're gonna get it in. So cool, here we go. This is Russell Wilson, the quarterback of the Broncos, talking about why the Broncos are all of a sudden treating him like this.
During we beat the Chiefs, they came up to me during the bye week, and beginning of the bye week on Monday or Tuesday, and they told me that if I didn't change my contract, my injury guaranteed, that I'd be I'd be benched for the rest.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Again, Happy New Year and all that sucker fuck shit, the fuckery that going on with it too. But let me tell you something, man. We need to start educating each other, man. Because the reason why I'm talking about this story, and I'll tell you, I'll get into it because shout out to Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Skittles, a.k.a. Town Business, because Marshawn Lynch had a great interview on Club Shay Shay's podcast, and he really talked about how Russell Wilson was treating everybody. Because of whatever the fuck that coach's name from USC that didn't get no, it's that white coach that always being some fuck shit, but all the niggas around him get in trouble, but he don't never get in trouble.
The year, and I think we had 9 games left or so. I was definitely disappointed about it, and
his name is Pete Carroll. Here, let's rewind this back. Y'all need to really listen to it. They basically told him they wanted him to sign that contract, and y'all really need to listen to this shit.
They came up to me during the bye week, and beginning of the bye week on Monday or Tuesday, and they told me that if I didn't change my contract, my injury guaranteed, that I'd be, I'd be benched for the rest of the year.
Now you know how it feel, my G. Nigga, they ain't your friend. This is business.
And I think we had 9 games left or so. I was definitely disappointed about it, and it was a process throughout the whole week, for a whole bye week, and we just came off beating the Chiefs, played a pretty good game against the Chiefs.
See, he's embarrassed, and this is what happens when you play the Stephen from Django, tell him about the gun line, Haywood Shepherd. When you start playing that role for them, and then once they isolate you, when you ain't got nobody backing you, then that's when they gonna pull it. The dominant society always breaks its toys when they done with them.
We just came off of that, so I was excited, obviously, for us fighting for the playoffs and get on a hot streak. And, and then NFLPA and NFL got involved or whatever, I think, but at some point. But I think, for me, I came here to play here, to win. I knew it was going to be a process to I signed a 7-year deal to, for us to go and play hard, and that's my goal every time I step into the white lines, is give everything I have.
Yeah, I bet. Let's see what else we can find. You like, Warren, why you doing this? Y'all gonna see in a minute. Y'all gonna see. Y'all definitely gonna see. Hold on, let's see. Let's see what everybody's talking about on ESPN.
Hello.
No, nigga. Fuck that hello bullshit. Fuck on.
Thankful. Finally, Russ speaks. Because we only ever hear one side of stories about Russell Wilson. Whether it's Marshawn's side, whether it's Pete Carroll's side, whether it's KJ Wright's side, whether it's Richard Sherman's.
Yeah, but Marshawn Lynch wasn't lying, because what the fuck does he have to gain to lie about that sucker shit? And this must be a non-foundational Black American talking, but using foundational Black American haircuts. I get so sick of these Tethers and Sambos and freeload motherfuckers that come over here. They want to get their haircut like us, lines like us, jewelry like us, everything like us, but then want to delineate when it's time for them to get tangibles. I'm so sick of that shit.
We never hear Russ's side. Now we've heard Sean Payton's side. But it is good to hear Russell Wilson say, look, this is when they approached me. I signed a 7-year deal. I wanted to build. First year, 4 wins. Second year, 7 wins. Maybe if you give me some more time, we'll get to 10 wins, then 13 wins, then win a Super Bowl. I didn't sign a 2-year contract. I signed a 7-year contract. I've been here for the duration of the 7 years, in my mind, committed. I loved hearing it. Will, obviously, you're close to him, people on his team. What is your response to that? What's your reaction?
Yeah, it was good to hear that, because the tough thing that people struggle with, even I did as a friend, is like every time he would get to the podium, everything's all good. Like everything, no matter what he's dealing with, everything is good. And that is a good attitude to have for a lot of things. But at some point,
if these are non-foundational Black Americans, you have no idea about what we face in this system of racism and white supremacy in the United States of America Incorporated, because we built this country for free without repayment, so you could never understand. Y'all fled. So these motherfuckers sound like non-foundational Black Americans.
When there's so much going on, we want to hear you be authentic and hear your emotions. And I think this is the very first time that you heard Russ, truly let you know, I wasn't happy about this situation. And this is what it is. So, overall, that's tough. Yeah, trying to bench you with 9 games left.
Mm-hmm. That's after a win. Versus the Chiefs team that you lost to, I believe, 16 consecutive times.
He let you know 3 times in that thing, we beat the Chiefs.
Correct.
We beat the Chiefs.
That mattered.
So, yeah, it's really, that's why, again, why I'm like, man, this is a pro situation. Now, as an agent, if I'm his agent, like, I honestly would try my best to find a way to keep him playing this season. You know, even if it is trying to alter something, like trying to find the best way to get him to keep playing to avoid all this stuff. But at the same time, it's probably a good thing because now people can see a lot of things that, you know, that are always held under wraps.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that Russ just said all that. Yes, because if you let everybody else tell the story, people are going to believe the other story.
Correct.
Like you said, that's how it's been.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you all know stories of things that happen behind the scenes with organizations that sound crazy. I have plenty of stories that I will never be able to tell because they're not my stories to tell that would infuriate people about the way that they treat players no matter what level that they've reached. So I'm glad that he said something because honestly, it's no surprise that the Broncos aren't winning now. How do you go to your starting quarterback in that moment after beating the Chiefs and tell him to give money back or he's going to be benched?
Week 8.
Exactly. Here, I want to see my brother. My brother, I love what my brother called him. He called Sean Payton a thug. We need to hear this because this ain't never been said before. So I want to hear. Here we go.
All along, Peyton was never. Are you saying like the fix was in all along? Peyton was never going to want.
Yes, and listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Peyton walked into the building and said by the time we get to the end of this year, he's gone. What I'm saying is I believe in watching and evaluating Russell Wilson's play, the perspective and the biases he walked into the building with were not going to allow him to make that based on.
Translation: racism, white supremacy. Our brother be speaking some real facts. I like this brother.
What the film said. Because when you look at what Russell Wilson has done and not only changing his personality, the way that he's had to approach the media his entire life, Russell Wilson has been as un-Russell Wilson-like as we've ever seen him from a personality standpoint. Also, as a player, Russell Wilson said, okay, I have to start to use my legs again more. Let me get in shape to be able to do that. I have to take the check down. Let me make sure I study the film and understand what Sean Payton wants me to do to execute that. Oh, I need to get a big play. Let me find my big play guy who is Cortland Sutton and give him them opportunities. Russell Wilson did everything he could possibly do, but it's period point blank. When somebody wants to divorce you, when they have had enough, right, when they walk in and say, you are not for me, you can't change their mind.
Right.
And
y'all listen to what he's saying? See, I'm trying. Davey, I know you follow me, my brother. James Youngblood, I know y'all follow me. I know. Look, when the dominant society they don't fuck with you. But we keep, but in our mind, we feel like, oh, if I could just jump out the window again for him. See, Russell Wilson, this is a fucking corporate plantation for him. He just make more money than us, but still corporate plantation. And they basically said, I don't fuck with you no more, nigga. So get the fuck on. And we'll get into more of this shit when I'm done with this clip.
Russell Wilson had no opportunity to change his mind, which is okay. It's okay if that's not your guy. But the problem is you don't have to show it to the world all the time.
Exactly.
You don't have to be able to say, okay, as I let him go, oh, you remember.
But that's blunt anti-black racism. And he should have known this.
When I had to act like this on the sideline of Detroit? No, because you didn't.
Right.
Because you could have had that conversation like other people do with future Hall of Famers, former All-Pros, Walter Payton Man of the Year, that's showing you I can be a professional. Everything he did was absolutely Bush League. And we've allowed it to go because he won one funky ASS championship in New Orleans.
And because people wanted Russell to fail. That's just the point-blank truth. They did. People want to see Russell fail. No one is arguing bench him or not. And if it's fair, the NFL is not a fair business. The way you go about treating a person who has represented the NFL at the highest level and won Walter Payton Man of the Year is the biggest point here. Second thing, you're not going to just replace top 10 quarterback play. You're entitled to try. You're not going to just replace it. You know how ridiculous it is to go to your starting quarterback a month or two into the season, threaten to bench him if he doesn't alter his play, but then also be like, hey, man, we got to win games.
Right.
We got to win games.
But the thing is that that shows Russell's professionalism.
Absolutely.
Right. He's still, exactly.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And that's it. We ain't gonna go. I just want y'all to get context. And the reason why I want y'all to get context, because I want y'all to understand. Now, you know, I could play the other one with this lady. Let's see what they saying real quick. Let's see, because I don't want it to just be, you know, I really want y'all to understand, and I'm gonna break this down. When you listen to, I don't need to listen to Marshawn Lynch. We saw what happened and witnessed it when the Seahawks was at the 1 yard line. Instead of giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch, you threw it in for a fucking interception, for a pick. You threw a fucking interception. Now here, I'm gonna go off on a whim of how I feel about it. I believe that Pete Carroll didn't like Marshawn Lynch because Marshawn Lynch ain't smiley. Town business. I believe most dominant society people don't like smiley motherfuckers at the Court Plantation. So they go with the one that's soft-spoken and the one that they can kind of get to do what they want them to do. I believe Russell Wilson was eating up all that attention, all that glory, and I believe they isolated him and made him feel like he wasn't a nigga, that he wasn't a part of being that. I believe that's what they did. And I also believe they did certain things and put him in certain positions where he didn't have to fuck with the team. You know, this is before then. You say, why you saying this? Everybody watched that fucking Super Bowl game. The nigga could have ran the ball in. Marshawn Lynch would have won. He would have got the MVP. And I believe Pete Carroll, along with Russell Wilson, conspired to not give him the ball and throw a play in because they didn't like Marshawn Lynch. That's what I believe when I saw it. I believe that shit when I saw that shit. I just wasn't doing a podcast then. I forgot when that was, but I wasn't doing a podcast then. And the thing that trips me out is that there's certain jewels that Marshawn Lynch was dropping about what happened. And, you know, he tried to reach out to him on several occasions. You know, Pete Carroll, oh, you can't have his phone number. Fuck Pete Carroll. Nigga, Russell, you're the leader of the team. Everybody should have your number. Everybody, then you're not a real leader. Everybody should be able to call you. And when you got Marshawn Lynch, a beast, we talking about beast mode, and you don't want to sit down and have a conversation with him, man, get the fuck out of here. And see, what'll happen is the dominant society, even when you fail and fuck your people over, when they know they can get money out of you, when they know they can get work out of you, they will still make you feel like you did a good job and he's a dumb nigga. That's how they'll make you feel. Now you on a team where you ain't got no Marshawn Lynches and no Richard Shermans and nobody like that. And now these white motherfuckers gonna tell you how they really feel about you. Change the contract, nigga, or you ain't playing. Now the motherfuckers like, oh, well, they bench me in. No, nigga. This is what I mean about us staying on fucking code. It's like you working a job, you working at the Court Plantation, as we all do, and management approaches you about another staff. And you know if you start dry snitching and talking shit about that staff, then you can move up the fucking ranks. But just think, if they can get you to talk shit about another black brother, black sister, what you think they saying about you? This is a game. You just gotta know the social game rules. We have to understand this shit, man. I'll never forget that. I'm like, why the fuck would he throw the ball on the 1 yard line where he could just gave it to Marshawn Lynch? Why would you? Because he wanted to be the goddamn MVP. That's why. And the dominant society will convince you that you better than all the other niggas. They will convince you of that. I'm not saying Russell was supposed to be like, fuck that. No, Russell was supposed to be like, nah, man, let's just run let's, nigga, you the quarterback. Nah, fuck that. We not listening to Pete Carroll. We gonna run the ball in. And it is what it is. You don't do that shit. And now look, you on another plantation with another dominant society that's your boss. Or as Dame Dash said, your boss. And now you ain't got no brothers. Who the fuck gonna defend? Only people that's gonna be defending you is people that like soft-spoken motherfucking Sambos and coons and Sambos. That's why we have to get out of that mentality for this year. 2024, we gotta get out of that. You at the Court Plantation, motherfucker wanna talk shit about another staff? Be like, I don't know what you talking about. And you know, they might even be like, oh, but you know, such. Man, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. But why? Why? What do you mean you have no idea? Because I have no idea. I don't know what's going on over there. And then your job is to go and warn your brother and sister, like, look, this is what they fucking saying. Shout out to Nuke. Shout out to Roxanne. I remember a motherfucker at the Court Plantation when me and Nuke worked together was trying to get my name and where I worked at and all this other shit. And, you know, just trying to dry snitch. Man, Nuke called me right away. Hey, Warren, this was going on. I didn't tell her where you worked. I didn't tell her none of that shit. Because motherfuckers will do that. That's why I always have respect for Nuke. Nuke was like, I don't know where he works. I don't know. And that's what I would have done too. I don't know who that is. I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck going on. There is no retirement plan or 401k or IRA plan for Sam Bowen and Conan. And, you know, I got love for Russell Wilson, but some of the shit he been doing, it's like, what are you doing? You know, and this is before Marshawn Lynch came. Now, y'all got to understand, Marshawn Lynch just now talking about it. That shit was years ago. I'm still mad about that. Why would you throw the fucking ball in when you could have just handed it off to Marshawn because you wanted to be the MVP? And the dominant society will inflate your ego at their game. They don't give a fuck about you distancing yourself from your people. That's why now all of a sudden y'all notice they not trying to guilt shame us into jumping into that Palestine Israel shit. Y'all notice all of a sudden ain't nobody talking about that shit no more? Y'all ain't notice that shit? Because Foundation of Black Americans ain't going for that shit no more. Y'all notice that? Because now we standing 10 toes down. You know, even the Umar Johnson thing, don't diss that, brother. I do agree with him about the Eminem shit. Eminem ain't done shit for black folk, but get black folk bullshit ass record deals. How the fuck Eminem gonna get somebody? First of all, motherfuckers don't remember he talked all that shit about Michael Jackson and make that video. When I watched that video, I did not think that shit was funny. And I was looking at Dre like, Dre, bro, like, why you letting him do that? Now suppose a rapper make fun of Dr. Dre's bitch taking half his shit and airing out his dirty laundry. Then everybody be mad. Oh man, how you gonna do Dre like that? But Dre, you didn't mind Eminem, your protege, talking shit about the greatest, Michael Jackson. That was some hoe shit. That's when I really started looking at Dre upside his head. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you don't let people do that to your people. I don't give a fuck how mad you are at your people. You be like, nah, bro, you can't do that shit. We gotta have solidarity too. We don't have that. That's why Michael Jackson just bought his fucking catalog. Oh, okay, you wanna talk shit about Michael Jackson? No problem. I just buy your catalog, punk motherfucker. And you notice too, Eminem don't never, it's always hoe ass motherfuckers answering questions for Eminem. It ain't never him. When Joe Budden was going at him about the sucker shit, he gonna go and Sway in the morning and do a suck ass interview. Now Dr. Umar said that shit about him, and now Shan come out, oh, I don't disagree. Y'all hoe ass motherfuckers are broke and desperate and want a handout. So you just jump out. You don't never hear him sit down and be like, I want him to sit down and be like, not only am I a guest, I should be doing more for this because I'd be living in a trailer. I'd be working at a steel mill living in a fucking trailer if it wasn't for black culture. I'm so sick of every other racial group borrowing our culture and then talking shit about us and then don't do shit for our culture. I couldn't go into the dominant society Jewish culture and just do whatever to them. I couldn't go into my Latino brothers and sisters culture and just do whatever for them without giving back to them and showing homage and respect. We just let anybody in our culture just do anything. That's the goal for 2024. Start checking motherfuckers like, no, Eminem ain't done shit for black culture, but give people raggedy ass record deals. I don't give a fuck about no God. What's a record deal gonna do? You're just giving them more slavery. The fuck are you doing? You don't speak out against anti-black racism. You don't care about that shit. He's one of those type of people, and I'm sorry, he hides behind other brothers. Because he know good and goddamn well, if you sit down with the right motherfucking nigga, they gonna be like, but bro, like, what are you doing to replace the system of racism, white supremacy, and establish a system of justice? Like, what are you really doing? Because, bro, you did make a song calling black women stupid and niggas and bitches and all this other shit. You talked a lot of shit about black women. So, I ain't never heard you apologize about that shit. I ain't never heard nobody say nothing. No, because Dre and everybody wanted to make money. That's why I like the game, because the game's like, fuck that nigga too. Shit. I know if the game was in his feelings, he should have been. Nigga, Eminem, you are not from LA. 50 is not from LA. Should have been all LA artists. didn't even have Warren G up there. That's why I was like, man, that's why I don't be feeling sorry for niggas. This is what I mean about Russell Wilson. Bro, you had the opportunity to build team camaraderie amongst black brothers, and you wanted to throw the ball in, you threw an interception, you didn't give a fuck. And you and fucking Pete Carroll conspired to do that because you don't like Marshawn Lynch. Y'all just co-workers. Y'all got to understand this. When you're at the Court Plantation, I don't give a fuck how much motherfucker be, I for sure, and all this other stuff, and they white. Oh, yeah, he cool. No, nigga, look at him upside his head. Because let me tell you, when you get outside that fucking job, they don't give a fuck about you. As Dr. Claude Anderson says, they are going to make black folk a permanent underclass. And the people that come over here are for unearned benefits. That's why reparations is at its all-time high. This is why I do disagree with Dr. Umar Johnson. No, reparations in the United States of America Incorporated are not for every African that's here, nigga. And while you over there trying to tell niggas who can fuck who and all this other sucker shit, build your motherfucking school, nigga. Nigga done collected over $1 million and the school still ain't up. Like, nigga, show ass the fuck up out of here. That's why I like what Joe Budden did. He got him on there for clickbait. Cause you notice, cause Joe Budden, I don't care who the fuck people fucking with it, but you notice he didn't go after Joe Budden. And that other brother stood his ground, cause that other brother he said some real shit. He was like, nigga, I employ more niggas than you. You can't say shit to me, and that's what counts. Sorry, y'all. Fuck all the other shit. How many black folk are you hiring? I don't give a fuck who you fucking. How many black folk are you? This goes for our LBGTQ, LMNOP, XYZ community too. If they black, if they foundational black American, I don't care if they're part of that community. If you a boss, how many black people are you hiring? That's what I want to know. I don't give a fuck about all this other shit. Oh man, you know you be on that moist shit. Okay, cool. But how many black folk are you hiring? How many black folk are you putting on the game? Fuck all this other shit. Y'all niggas better read the ISIS papers, Keys and Color by the Honorable Queen Mother Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. Man. Because if Russell Wilson would have been more educated, he wouldn't have done that in Seattle, and he wouldn't be facing what he's facing real anti-black racism now, because that coach was going off on his motherfucking ass, treat him like a fucking child. And did I agree with that? No. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, see, this is why niggas gotta stop being up for sale when it comes to the dominant society. You can't be individual first and then community second. You gotta be community first, man. And look out for your people. When I'm cool with people at the motherfucking Court Plantation that I really, really fuck with, them niggas know I'm gonna really fuck with you. I've worked around other people that I fucked with and they done fucked it all off. And then I work with people that handle business. I'm talking about foundational black Americans. I don't care what religion you in. I don't give a fuck what that is. But I'm going to tell you right now, what that coach Sean Payton did to Russell Wilson was some sucker shit for real. And I'm looking at him like, you know what? When I was having this conversation, I was like, why did nobody knew that this was going to happen? Everybody like, well, what do you mean you did? Nigga, that's normally what happens. Everybody goes through, every black person that's not educated go through that shit. And then there's some black folk that just got a gut. I remember when I was working at a Court Plantation, and I was working around a lot of black people, I was always trying to include my brothers and sisters. Everybody know, whoever worked with Warren, they like, nah, Warren is for the people. Like, I don't never do no sucker shit like that. If you want to give me a position, I remember they tried to give me a little position of fictitious power. I was still for the people. They did not like that. Them motherfuckers was trying to do everything they could to get me out that position. And then when I shook the spot and everybody started quitting, then the motherfuckers was mad. Because I knew it wasn't personal. I knew it was business, but when it comes to my people, I have to be personal until they show me otherwise. Trust me. Our people sometimes, man, we hard to love, man, because, you know, it's competition. And two, I'm going to say this before I end mine. Parents, black parents, I don't care if you're from the 60s, 70s, stop that. Stop doing that shit. Stop creating hierarchy of needs. Stop catering to one person, one child. Stop doing that shit. That's the problem, too, with black folk. We deal with that shit at home with our own parents. And then when we get to the job, that's what's being socialized into us and being normalized. That Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs sucker shit. And black folk, then guess what happens? Then when you get around other black folk, you want to compete with them. And motherfuckers don't know. Racism is a team sport, as Dr. Claude Anderson talks about. It's a team sport. While we over here playing individual racism, every other racial group is playing group economics, group racism, group anti-black racism. You have to understand that. And what happens is, just like the Taraji P. incident, I got love for Taraji P. incident. Fuck Oprah, man. I don't even know why. Hey, and this nigga's on the internet making excuses for Oprah. Well, Oprah was just a producer. She don't affect the money. Stop with the sucker shit. Stop giving Oprah excuses. Oprah could went right in there to that production crew and been like, hey, they gotta pay. They gotta be paid more money. And even if I gotta give up more money, you gotta pay them more money. That's why Sister Taraji, beautiful sister. Look, sister, don't run to Oprah complaining. She don't give a motherfucker about no black actors. She's a gatekeeper, and she's not a nice one. I don't know why sisters think Kamala Harris, they are not your friends. They are pay. Who are they? Who's they payer? Them motherfuckers ain't your friends. And why the fuck are we still doing Color Purple movies? Man, it's 2024 and we still talking about the Color fucking Purple. And you gonna make a new one? This time you just put Fantasia in there so because you needed a motherfucking nigga that can sing their asses off. So people ain't paying attention to why we still doing this in 2024. Why? Why? Do y'all not know that Hollywood wants to frame that narrative and back it with imagery that we're still a permanent underclass? That's why with the Jonathan Majors thing, I could have told y'all they was gonna do that to Jonathan Majors. MCU is fucked up. They losing money every fucking day. They can't figure out they assholes from their ear holes. They don't know what type of movie to make. They got Jonathan. I didn't even like the character. They have him playing Kang, but they had him playing some crazy, like, the Riddler type character. I was like, and then they had him dressed like Sub-Zero and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Like, who the fuck did this shit? Why he just can't be like Thanos and just be an evil nigga? Why he gotta be all, oh my God. I said, this is fucked up and this is horrible. As Ezra Miller and that girl, Johnny Depp, you see, she's in the new goddamn DC movie, Aquaman 2. After she shit on his bed, did all that sucker shit to Johnny Depp, and they still put her in the movie. But Jonathan Majors, oh, no, you're out. Disney's so full of shit. Disney just mad because they can't come up with no movie that's gonna blow it out the water because whoever's writing it, they catering towards everybody else's racial group and motherfuckers ain't fucking with that shit. I seen that Quantum Mania shit with that shit was horrible. It was long, boring, and horrible. Just long, boring, and horrible. And I hope Russell Wilson learns from this sucker shit in 2024 that these motherfuckers, this is business for them. Marshawn Lynch was on some personal shit with you, my nigga. Trying to build something with you. Oh, well, you know, motherfuckers don't want to listen. I'm listening to motherfucking Town Business. Because what the fuck does Marshawn Lynch have to gain saying that shit about him? We saw it when he threw the ball and instead of handing it off to fucking Marshawn, we saw, oh, he don't give a fuck. He want to win it all. He want to be that nigga. How is it to be that nigga now, Russell? I bet you pissed off like a motherfucker. See, this is the thing that FBA, we gonna understand, nigga, don't be prostituting your integrity for no little bitty money. Because black folk, when you fall, just like that white man saying, oh, there were people waiting on this failure. You damn right there's a lot of motherfuckers waiting on that shit because I knew it was gonna happen. Gotta wake up, man. What the fuck is wrong with people? That's why I was looking at Russell Wilson. I'm like, man, you know, then I didn't like all the shit that they was doing in the future too. I was like, man, and Sierra, she's a terrible human being. Just some of the shit I said, I was like, you know, you don't have a right to do that. I love how a woman meet another nigga and then publicly put it out that, oh, I want him to adopt my like as if he ain't got no father. Sierra, stop. Your music was not that fucking great. You can't fucking sing. And the only thing you can do is fucking dance. Stop, Sierra. You are not who somebody done told you were. Stop. And I believe you was a little jealous of Future in my own opinion because you thought you was going to settle his ass down. And Future like, nigga, I got to fuck these hoes. I ain't got time to just be being with you. We got to understand this shit, man. We have to understand this. Now, that's why when I saw that Sean Payton, I was like, see hoe ass nigga? That's why it don't pay to be in prostitute your integrity and distancing yourself and delineating yourself from brothers, and we the niggas that's gonna have your back. What is Russell Wilson? Let's see what the fuck he is anyway. Let's see what the fuck he is. Is he, you know? Let's see what he is. Let's see what he is. What is he? Let's see. What is he? He gotta be black, right? Man, they're not coming up with it now. Let's see. Oh, he said he Native American. Here, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that looked like a sister right there. His mom, all about Russell Wilson's parents, Harrison Wilson III and Tammy Wilson. Yeah, let's see. Hey, this brother guy, is he black? You notice that you can't find no shit about that. And niggas shouldn't be having to guess this shit. Let's see. All right. What is he? Because I'm looking to see. They said, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Things have not always been easy. Okay. Tim Wilson, but the family, let's try. Yeah. Wilson. Yeah, that's foundational black. But anyway, back to what we was talking about. Shit. We got to stop doing that, y'all. And I went over my time because it's a new year. And happy, New Year, prosperous New Year, man. Get you a vision board. Put it on your phone. Put it everywhere. Look at it every day, man. Magnetize that shit. Manifest that shit. That's what I'm trying to do. Make this a prosperous year for you. Me, I'm just kind of solo dolo, man. I don't really have time to be hanging out and doing all that sucker shit. So no, New Year's Eve for me is relaxing, chilling. I don't want to go nowhere in no goddamn Las Vegas, Nevada with all these suck-ass motherfuckers riding around and getting it and shit. Fuck that. I'm doing what needs to be done to survive, and that's what everybody should be doing. Educate yourself. And then when you get a chance for people that want to be educated, just refer them to some books. Don't try to tell them everything in one sitting. Just give them some books to read. And let's get more on this stock and this 401k, this IRA. Let's get more on that, man, this year. Let's do something different. Let's do something different. Like, again, shout out to my brother James Youngblood, my brother Dave from No Compromise. Man, David be saying some cold shit. I'm still fucked up off that. When that nigga said, no, Warren G, black folk, we love theater. Man, he ain't fucking lying. I'm sorry, man. Motherfuckers be like, man, he always saying that shit about David. He always, because the nigga be saying some real shit, man. It still got me fucked up. Because when I go on social media, the first thing I be thinking about is David. Warren G. We love theater. And I can't get that out of my head because that's all you see with the likes and the views. Then when motherfuckers is really trying to educate like David do on TikTok and everything else, motherfucker want to treat David like he's some fucking alien, but then all the negativity, that's got all the shit. I just be like, some of the shit that I see be having me like, damn, man, David ain't fucking lying. And I think we just need to wake up as a people, understand who we are. Let's celebrate each other when we're around each other. No fight, no argue. And I meant what I said to parents. Parents, stop that. Stop that Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs bullshit. Stop that bullshit. You're supposed to be a manager of personalities. A manager. You're not supposed to create a hierarchy of needs. We're not at work. And parents need to stop that. That's all I'm saying. Stop that. I used to get on my mom about that. I was like, stop that shit, man. Stop. Because then we get desensitized to real love and real passion. And, man. And we shouldn't get desensitized to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta stop that, man, because it's a divisive parenting tool. That's the most divisive parenting tool you can do, is create a hierarchy of need. No, nigga, you can't do that. It just causes so much drama between the siblings. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But y'all know what it is. Hey, man, go check it out for yourself. I'm not doing the regular Happy New Year's and all this other shit. Y'all know what it is. 2024 is going to be amazing. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of work. I got some things in motion. I got a plan of what I'm doing. Y'all know I don't really put, all my plans. Hey, but I do want to tell y'all this, though. Before I get out of here, I want to tell y'all this. Look, man, black folk, we got to stop playing with each other's businesses, too. Like Nuke said, I don't play with nobody's black business. Shout out to Nuke. Shout out to Roxanne. Look, there's a certain person that won some CMOS, right? This was a while ago. Man, I waited around this lady for a whole year. For a whole day of when I could deliver it, right? Discount everything. Finally got it delivered that night. I didn't hear from her for 8 or 9 months, which I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit don't bother me. Then I get a text message. And this text message basically was like, oh, can I get some more CMOS? So I'm like, hey, man, my price done changed, inflation. So what you was getting it for now, that was yesterday's price. You got to get it for this. And these people know one of my siblings, right? I'm sorry, I got to put this shit out there, David. Everybody, Eric and Johnny, look, y'all going to be laughing. So look, instead of the person saying, okay, you change your prices. Okay, cool, I'll let you know when I want some. Now, remember, I told y'all this a minute ago, but I had to tell this person, hey, I don't make the CMOS until you pay me. Sorry, I don't do that shit, because motherfuckers will be like, let me get 3 jars, you make them shits, and then you chasing these motherfuckers around, and then now your product is used, and it don't work. Now it's this damaged product. You know how much product I lost behind niggas and that sucker shit? So I ain't tripping. So look, I laugh about it. So once I tell the price, this person reaches out to the person that knows my sibling, and my sibling is like, nigga, that's the price. I don't know what. And first of all, my sibling, this is not their business, it's my fucking business. So you can't go around me to change the fucking price. This is what niggas do to niggas, right? So then, I never heard nothing back, right? I just never heard nothing back. Then, months later, I get another text message. Oh, sorry, you haven't heard from me. It was a death in the family, all this shit. That, like, I give a fuck about it. And yeah, I would take a jar of CMOS and just let me know. I didn't even respond. Block. And I had to tell my one of my siblings, I had to tell him, hey man, tell your friends whatever. I don't want they fucking business and get the fuck on. I had to get the fuck on, man. I ain't got time for niggas to be playing games, man. Get the fuck on. This is what I mean about how we value each other. And I'ma only bring up what I do when people have black businesses. Ask David for No Compromise. Ask him. Reach out to him and say, how's Warren with your black business? That nigga know? I don't be playing games with people's businesses. I'm like, Nuke, man. Me and Nuke, we had that conversation probably about a year ago. Like, man, I don't play with black businesses because that's fucked up, because I don't want nobody doing that shit to me. But niggas will continue to do that sucker shit. And remember, I told this person I don't make until I get paid. Now it's all these excuses and shit. Then all of a sudden, I don't hear from you. Then when I do hear from you, it's all this other shit that don't even make sense. Then I'm like, hey, like, what the fuck is going on? Nope, I'm not even returning your text message. Block. Don't fucking call me. And I had to let my sibling know. Tell them motherfuckers I don't want they fucking business. You gotta be like that with certain black folk. Because certain black folk, they just get a kick out of treating black folk like shit. But you ain't gonna go in the Louis Vuitton store treating them like shit. You ain't gonna go in the Gucci store treating them like shit. You want a Hermes bag? You're not gonna go in Hermes treating them like shit. I want the bag, but I want to pay on consignment. But you want to do that to your fellow brother, sister. So get the fuck away from me. Because everybody can't go. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Everybody can't go into that door of success. Because we don't even want to see other people with success. So how you gonna go into that door? So sorry, man, this podcast went over, but I couldn't wait to tell you that shit. Because I was laughing. I was like, man, people are crazy. I had to tell my sibling, do motherfuckers think I'm just sitting around CMOS all day, every day, waiting for an order? So nigga, I got way other shit going on. So I don't want your business. You can get the fuck home. And that's how I'm starting to be. Straight up. Motherfuckers that hit you up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, man, I had to fall back. Motherfuckers that hit you up and live on the other side of town and want to order the smallest, a half a pint of some seed. Nigga, I'm not driving this shit to you. Then you got to chase them around. And let me tell you something. This is no diss. But 80% of it has been niggas. Straight up. And then having them, oh yeah, I got you. And you make them a jar of sea moss, you sell it to them for the low. Average pint of sea moss that's being sold out here in Vegas is like $60. And Moore was not charging niggas no $60. And niggas that hit you up one time and you don't hear from them for a whole year. I'll be laughing at the shit because it just teaches me about how far we have to go. That's all it's saying. Like, I love my people, but I don't be tripping off that shit. Because I get it. Even my own barber was, oh, man, it's got this and that. Man, do what you do, man. I look at a person's circumstances and I just move on. Like, oh, okay, I get it. You don't want to see nobody with no money, so let me just go and do it. Even though I'm paying you, every time I come in here, you're getting a very lovely tip. But you know why I don't be tripping off that shit? Because that ain't my last, and I'm going to get it like I normally get it, so I ain't tripping. But I had to tell that story because I thought it was super fucking funny. Now, this is twice. This is two different people who did it. Two different black folk who did it. Black folk, let's elevate our game. Let's raise our vibration and stop treating black businesses like shit. Stop treating black businesses like you goddamn John D. Rockefeller. Be humble. Show love and support and you should get a high off supporting black businesses. But a lot of people don't do that. Because a lot of people treat us like we ain't shit and then go to everybody else. I see a Latino stand cooking meat on almost every corner out here on the west part of Las Vegas. And let me tell you who's out there supporting them. Cold, rain, sleet, snow, Latinos. You think they treating Latinos like, because they have what's called solidarity and togetherness. And while we up here talking shit about all these other racial groups, we better start possessing that mentality. That's why shout out to my brother David. Shout out to everybody out there, man. For real, for real. We got to start supporting. Everybody's not meant to be a boss and be successful. Some people are meant to just work a corporate plantation job and support other people. You need your grassroots. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad thing. But just because you have money, you don't get a chance to turn your nose up at a black business or play games with a black business. I don't do that to people. Either I'm going to support you. When I went to that black bookstore, that shit was real. That wasn't even my first time going to that bookstore. That was my second time going there. Both times I went there, I bought books, facts, and put it on my social media. So I don't want to hear that shit. But other black folk, we don't want to see each other win. So we want to play games. We want to play all this drama. You know, just because somebody referred you to me don't mean you can come into my space and play a game with me. So that's what I'm saying. Because I don't do that shit. That's why when I got that text message, block, I'm not even going to entertain you. You're not... Black folk we got to purge ourselves of this fictitious ego that we have. Because let me tell you something, I work around a dominant society. Those the motherfuckers with the money. I'm talking about real money. I'm talking about generational wealth money. I'm talking about wealthy. I'm not talking about nigga rich. You got $300,000 and you think you rich. I'm talking about wealthy. So we have to start possessing that mentality of solidarity and being on code with each other. And hopefully Russell Wilson is able to get from up under these sucker motherfuckers and this teach him to be more solidarity with his people. Because it looked like his mama's black. So I think Russell Wilson, he got to be black or something. But anyway, man, leave your comments. I know this one was long today, but happy New Year's to everybody out there. 2024, the year 8. And let's make it, let's not spread the hate. And let's come up with a positive reinforcement. Damn, my mic was muted. I'm still talking and shit. And my mic was muted and shit. But anyway, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what not to do. It's 2024. Raise your vibration, ladies and gentlemen. And let's do what we need to do to survive, Let's come together and have a vision and a plan. I'm out. Guilty, nigga. Peace.